poople around Shrewsbury. Come into the Dingle, which is like a lovely garden in the middle of the sort of main park in town, which is called the Quarry. It's a lovely place to visit. Probably not the best time of year to visit. I mean, there's never a bad time of year to visit, but it's lovely obviously in the summer when the flowers are out. But at the moment they've cleared all the beds for flowers, ready for planting for next year, I assume. Yeah. Everyone, it's Sunday afternoon, it's about 4 p.m. The people we've had visiting for the weekend have gone back home. My wife's having a lie down after we've had a couple of kids running around, which take my hats off to any of you guys that are parents. We're not, so we're not used to it, but man, those kids are full of energy and we're clearly not. I just wanted to give you a bit of an update. Not much happening today, to be honest. I was going to go for a run to start week 2 of my Couchto5k, but my back is still quite sore. If you remember from my the last run of my week 1 last week, it was a bit sore and it was hurting the first 10-20 seconds of each run interval. Well, I don't think it's probably any worse than it was then, but it's also not better. It's not really getting any better. So, given that I'm pretty knackered and due a day off probably, maybe, I think I'm going to take today to try and recover my back a little bit. So I'm not going to get out and do a run. Even walking hurts, otherwise I'd maybe just go do a mile walk, something like that, just to keep my legs moving. But yeah, I'm pretty exhausted, so I think I'm going to take a break for today, and what I might do tomorrow is if things are feeling a bit better, I might do a run and my turbo session, my Zwift session, because my plan was to do the run today and then a Zwift session tomorrow evening. So what I might do is try and get up early, which we've discussed before. I'm crap at. I'm not a morning person. So what I might do is try and get up a little earlier than I normally do and get my run in before I start work, or what's possibly more likely is start work early and get a bit of my work done so I can afford to take half an hour out of my morning to do a run that's sort of like mid-morning, which is probably a bit more achievable for me because I've always struggled running when I first get out of bed. I kind of need to build up to it, if you like. So yeah, I think that's probably what I'm going to do. Providing my back's okay, or at least on the mend, I'll do that. I'll do week 2 of my Couchto5k. Now, in the past, I've found week 2 to be the easiest of the weeks. So it'd be interesting to see if that's still the case. And then yeah, tomorrow evening, I'm going to move on to week 2 of my FTP building, my beginner FTP building. So it'd be interesting to see what that's got in store. So sorry there's no no exercise, no days out today, but it is what it is. I need to sort my back out. I certainly don't want my back to be still sore next weekend, because I'm going away camping next weekend, and sleeping on the ground is never a good thing, but when you've got a sore back, it's obviously horrendous. So it'd be really nice if it was better for then. So yeah, I'll catch up with you tomorrow. Thanks for watching. Good morning. It's Monday morning. Well, I'd like to say it's bright and early, but it's not. It's nearly lunchtime, if I'm being completely honest. And I'm out for the first of my week 2 Couchto5k. So I've basically got a 5-minute warm up, and then
90 seconds of running, followed by a 2-minute rest, walk. Repeat that 5 times I think, and then a 5-minute cool down. So in the past I've found this week to be quite easy. I'm hoping this time will be no exception, but I must admit I'm not feeling it really today. Probably left it a little bit too long in the day, getting quite hungry for lunch now, but you know, we'll see how it goes. I'll speak to you probably sometime in the middle, maybe after like 1 or 2 of my runs. If not, I'll speak to you on the cool down. Yeah, let's see how it goes. Oh, my shins are hurting. Also, this camera's about to die, so I'll record something at the end of my phone if this doesn't work. Speak to you then. Okay, that's run 1 of week 2 done. I'm a bit annoyed about it, if I'm honest, because I think I might have mentioned, if not, I'll tell you again, that the workout I programmed on my watch, the week 2 workout, was wrong. It has been wrong for a couple of years now, and I always, first time I do it, I think I need to change it. Anyway, yesterday I remembered and I checked on Garmin Connect, and it was right. Basically, the last run interval was set to 2 minutes 30, not 1 minute 30. And I checked on Garmin Connect last night, and it was correct. So I thought, oh, right, it's probably, I must have remembered to do it last time and I forgot. But no, it was wrong again. Anyway, even with the 2 minutes 30 at the end on the last interval, I still managed it successfully. Again, not too exhausting. Obviously more exhausting than week 1, but the main problem was that I'm getting shin splints again, which is frustrating because it doesn't hurt when I run, but it hurts when I walk, and that's when I'm trying to get my breath back, but I'm wincing in pain, which is not great. Anyway, I think I've mentioned these before in previous vlogs, but they do go after a while. I've just got to put up with the pain for a couple of weeks maybe. It does get easier as the running gets less, the running gets more and the walking gets less. So yeah, I'm not going to give up. The good news is my back is perfectly fine this morning. I mean, I took some painkillers just in case, but yeah, no pain at all really on my back when I'm running. So I'm quite happy with that. I'm still not sure whether I'm going to correct the workout or not, because as I say, I was successful even with the, I was successful even with the 2 minutes 30 at the end. So I'm tempted just to keep it, and hopefully that'll set me in good stead for week 3. But you never know. Anyway, that'll do for today. Well, actually, maybe not. I'm tempted to go on Zwift later this evening because I still want to get my 3 Zwift sessions in a week, and I've got a bit of a protracted week this week with going away at the weekend, actually going away on Friday morning. So yeah, so I might go on Zwift this afternoon, or this evening actually. If I do, I'll speak to you then. If not, I'll speak to you tomorrow. Evening everybody. It's Tuesday night. It's about sort of 9:45ish, I guess. I've just finished a little Zwift session. I didn't even bother filming it because I just wanted to get. I didn't have the motivation to do a full workout, but I wanted to do something. I wanted to get on the bike and get my legs moving. So I basically just did a quick 20-minute spin around the volcano of Watopia. Volcano route in reverse actually was. Just to keep my legs moving, just to get a sweat going, get my heart rate up, because I haven't done much today. Been sat at my desk all day. Went out for a little walk at lunchtime, but nothing really to write home about. Certainly nothing worth filming. So this one won't be on the channel in full because I say it was very quick, 20-minute spin. Wasn't putting much of an effort in. I will post the Strava card in a minute just so you can see and sort of to prove to myself that I did it. Tomorrow I'm going to do the second run of week 2 of my Couchto5k, so same kind of deal is I'm going to try and get up early tomorrow, or start work early, and then maybe go out sort of mid-morning to try and get that done. So hopefully that'll be good. And then tomorrow evening, the group walk I normally go on the Thursday night is been brought forward to Wednesday night this week, so providing the weather's not shocking, I'm going to go out on that. But to be honest, even if it is, I've just been out and bought a waterproof jacket tonight. It's just because I do have one, but it's a little bit too tight for me because I bought it when I was a bit thinner. And I'm going camping in the lakes this weekend, and I'm expecting it to be pretty wet, so I bought myself a cheap waterproof jacket. So tomorrow night, I'm going to go out on that walk, and then I might do, when I come back, I might do a similar kind of 20-minute spin on the bike. Or actually, what I might do is, because I'll probably cycle to the walk, I might do a slightly elongated run back. Not huge, but instead of doing 2 miles, I might do 5, something like that, just to get my legs moving and just to keep the exercise going. But that's all for me today. I'll catch up with you tomorrow for whatever I do, probably on the run at least, and then maybe later on the walk or on the ride back from the walk. Alright, catch you later, see you later. Morning everybody. It's Wednesday morning, about sort of 10:30 AM I think. It's an absolutely glorious start to the day, although it is a little chilly. It might be soon time to start wearing a base layer or something when I'm out for a run, because it is a little chilly on this supposed warm-up walk. Weather forecast says it's going to rain later, about sort of 11 to 11:30, so I'm getting out while I can before it starts to rain. Week 2, Couchto5k, so it'll be 90 seconds of running followed by 2 minutes rest. I probably won't speak to you until the end unless there's something particularly to say, like I'm in pain or I think I'm doing particularly well. I'll speak to you at the end. Well, that's second run of week 2 done. Just to cool down, obviously, to go. I didn't find it too bad actually. Didn't have any real pain in my shins. Maybe the exception of the last run when I was starting to struggle a bit, because it's still set to the 2 minutes 30. But I feel like I was running faster. Maybe the walks were a bit slow, but that could have been in my head because I was running faster. But obviously only Strava will tell on my pace. It helped that one of the paths I was running down, there's quite a lot of walkers, so I wanted to get past them on the run rather than get well past them, so I didn't, as soon as I stopped running they then passed me again, so that seemed to work out. One amusing thing that did happen though was I ran past a dog walker whose dog was not on a lead, and she was shouting at it, but it was not listening to her at all, and it tried to jump up at me as I ran past it, but it missed. But then I was running for maybe another 5 seconds, and I felt something touch my heel, and the dog basically stood on my heel, and I nearly went over. The woman was very apologetic, but keep your dog on a lead if you can't control it with your voice. It's not too much to ask, is it? Never mind. Anyway, that's all from me for now, at least. I might be back later when I got off my walk, and probably more likely to cycle to or from the walk. I might set my camera up on my bike and record that, but it'll be dark, so you probably won't be able to see much, or at least it'll be dark on the way back anyway. But yeah, now I'm going to go in, have a quick shower, and I've got a work meeting at 11:30, so need to get a move on. Alright, catch you later, bye. Hey everyone, hopefully you can see me. I'm just off to do my men's walking and talking group. Also just trying out a new bike mount for my camera, see how that goes. beer festival this weekend. You can probably see the marquee going up behind me. Pretty gutted to miss it, to be honest, but went camping in the lakes instead. Completely forgot when I agreed to the camping weekend that this weekend was the beer festival. But you know, there's always next year. Hey everyone, it's Wednesday evening. It's about sort of 8:30. I've just got back from another one of my Shrewsbury men's walking groups. It's called Men's Walking and Talking because it's men basically meeting up for a walk and talking about whatever they want. You know, like it's kind of the guy who thought it up sort of designed it as sort of like a mental health kind of thing. But you know, some people talk about that. Some people talk about the football. Some people just talk and. I'm always a bit hesitant to go because I've got social anxiety, which you know it comes and goes. Sometimes I'm well up for things. Sometimes I really don't want to go out if there's going to be other people involved. And yeah, today it was one of those occasions. I just felt like, oh god, I'm really nervous about it, and I didn't know who I was going to talk to or what about. But you know, as soon as I got there, I was comfortable and. Everybody there is kind of in the same boat, and I got talking to a really nice guy who I really hope, you know, could be the start of a beautiful friendship, as they say, because he's in a sort of similar situation to me in that he's not long been living in Shrewsbury, a little bit longer than me actually, since like 2018, I think he said, but he doesn't know anybody outside of his immediate family, like his wife. His wife's parents live in Shrewsbury, so like his wife has her parents and a couple of other family members and friends, but he really doesn't know anybody apart from them. And he works, he works from home, travels to London quite a lot, so he doesn't get a chance to really meet anybody. But he seems like a really nice guy. We have quite a lot in common, and I really hope he's maybe a bit younger than me, but. I really hope that could be, we've hopefully arranged to meet up next week again and talk a bit more, and hopefully, as I say, I'm hoping that it'll be the start of a really pretty good friendship, because I really need I really need a social group outside of my family and like work colleagues, certainly in Shrewsbury, that I can meet up with and you know, do things with and just chat. And yeah, as I say, I'm always quite apprehensive about going to these things, but when I come out, when I come back from them, I'm always on a bit of a high, and I'm sort of, like really, really excited about, just having spoken to people, and as I say, if you're in a similar situation to me, or even like the sound of what I'm talking about, have a look in your local Facebook group or sort of similar, like next door group or something like that, and see if there's something similar for you, and get yourself there, because it's really good. It's the best thing I've done since I moved to Shrewsbury, with the exception of starting this vlog. It's really great. It puts a spring in my step for a day or two, and I actually look forward to the next week. Okay, as the occasion gets closer, I do get a little bit nervous again, and it does take a little bit of motivation to get me out of the house again. But I'm managing it. I managed it 3 times in a row now, and it is hopefully getting easier. And now there's like people who, like there's probably 3 or 4 people now that are pretty much regulars, who I can talk to, even if I don't know anybody else. I can talk to those guys. And hopefully immediately slip into a comfortable conversation. And that's it. I implore anybody, if you're in a similar situation to me, or even if you're not, and you feel like you could help others who are in a similar situation to me, if you are basically good at conversation and ice breaking and all that kind of stuff, have a look to see what groups are there, and if not, start one, because that's all the guy that runs our group. That's all he did. He's basically a mental health first aider in the job he works at, and decided one day that he needed other men to speak to, and set up a group. Started with just him and another guy, and gradually grew over a few months, and now there's like tonight there was 18 people, which was I think a record, he said. So really good. Really looking forward to next week. Hopefully this guy I met will be there again, and he wasn't just being nice to me. But Yeah, as I say, I'm really happy, really pleased that I went. Anyway, that's all from me this evening. What's happening tomorrow? Tomorrow, I'm not sure actually. I'm working tomorrow, but it's my last day at work before I go away for the weekend on Friday morning. So I'm going to get something in tomorrow. I haven't decided what yet. It'll either be a Zwift session or it'll be run 3 of week 2 of my Couchto5k. It may even be both. Probably most likely a Zwift session. Yeah, so I'll do a Zwift session and then I'll do the last run on Friday morning before I go, because I probably won't have time for a Zwift session, but I will have time for like a 20-minute run or 25-minute run as they are at the moment. So definitely catch you tomorrow for something, and have a good evening.
Hey everyone, it's Thursday evening of week 5 and I'm doing my weighing. I'm doing it a little early because I've had a bit of a nightmare of an afternoon, to be honest. We set out in my wife's car to go and get some fuel and pick up some bits and pieces, ready for me going away tomorrow and her needing to go somewhere on Saturday. And unfortunately the bloody thing broke down right in the middle of a big roundabout. Anyway, so we just got back, recovered by the air, who were awesome, to be fair. And we just got back. So all the stuff that I was planning to do this evening before I went away tomorrow, I haven't had a chance to do. So I'm going to have to do in the morning, which means it was just unrealistic of me to expect to get my weighing done tomorrow, get the video finished off, this week's vlog finished off, and get it uploaded to YouTube before I have to leave in the morning, which is going to be about sort of 10 a.m. So I decided to sort of bite the bullet and do the weighing tonight. That way I can finish the editing tonight before I go to bed and set it off uploading overnight, essentially, because it's a fairly long, it should be a fairly long video, I think, if I'm remembering all the stuff I've shot this week. So weigh-in. Last week's weight was 18 stone 3.1 pounds. I think the scales showed 3.2, but by the time the kilograms had sort of gone into MyFitnessPal and stuff and converted back to stones, I'm going with 18 stone 3.1. So I've got that to beat. I don't know how I've done this week. I feel like I've done a fair bit. Strava says I've done a fair bit, similar amount of exercise as last week. But my diet's maybe not quite as good as last week. Especially today has not been great, to be honest. I had quite a hefty lunch. But, we'll see what it is. If I stay the same, that's fine. I'm going to do a shed load of walking over the weekend, but also probably a shed load of drinking. But it means that there'll be some decent content, at least, in the vlog. Maybe not so much for weight loss. Anyway, so let's get on the scales and see what's happening. And yeah, hopefully, I'm hoping for staying the same or a small weight loss. Basically, would be fine by me. Anything more than that is a bonus. All right. Okay, well, yeah, a loss of just under £1 according to those scales, so probably around about £1. So yeah, considering I'm doing it a day early and maybe not been quite so good today in terms of diet, I'm pretty happy with that. I was hoping to get to a stone weight loss this week, which would have been 18 stone £1, but obviously didn't quite make it. But it should be a fairly easy target for next week, and I'm hoping for good content on next week's vlog. So what I'll do is I'll put up now after this the progress card. It's going to be the same as last week because I haven't had a chance to work on it this week. But yeah, thanks for watching. Please like the video if you did. If you dislike it, please feel free to dislike it. But just all I ask is to drop a comment and tell me why, what I can do better. tell me what you're doing this week, or how you've done this week. If you've lost weight, if you haven't lost weight, if you're doing a lot of cycling, if you're doing the Couchto5k, so let me know which week you're on, and we can progress together. In the meantime, I'm going to sign off and speak to you next week. Bye bye.